This video is brought to you by REP Gaming Products. Help protect your deck and support the show by picking up a steel deck box from the link down below. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Abrew About Nothing. So this week, we are heading to Standard for a deck that people have been begging to see for a while now, and that is Standard Dredge. And this is a deck that I really love. We did a deck tech on it like a week ago, and it was really popular. The thing is, I've been playing the deck and working on the deck, and something wasn't quite right. I just couldn't put my finger on it, but after a bunch of brewing and building, I think I finally got it to a place that I'm happy with. And while it didn't need a major overhaul, just a few small changes really made the deck a ton better. So we are playing my updated version of Standard Dredge, which is really similar with a couple of key differences. The two huge differences are that the main deck is basically the same, except for the mana base. The original deck was almost a mono blue mana base, didn't have any red mana, so you couldn't cast Phoenix, had very minimal black mana. Adding a real mana base lets us cast our Phoenix, also lets us play a real sideboard instead of the mono blue sideboard. And the biggest problem I found with Standard Dredge is it was really powerful, but if your opponent just kind of curved out with creatures, the deck had zero removal, zero ways of dealing with it. So just like Wild Growth Walker into Random Explorer creature, and a lot of times we'd just be too slow. But playing real mana lets us play a real sideboard with removal and sweepers and counters, which all of a sudden made the deck way better than it was to begin with. So we're playing version 2 of Standard Dredge, the updated version, and like usual, gonna do a super quick 2-minute deck tech just to show off the deck and the changes. If you want a full breakdown of the original deck, make sure to check out the instant deck tech. Anyway, a quick reminder before we break down Standard Dredge. If you enjoy this deck, and you enjoy Much Abrew in general, it would be amazing of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk some Standard Dredge, starting with our two main graveyard filling cards. So on turn 1, on turn 2, we really want a Wand of Vertebrae or Drown Seekers especially to start dumping cards in the graveyard, because the idea of this deck is we're going to cast spells and we're going to fill our graveyard at lightning speed, and then we are going to mill over with Drown Secrets and our Wand of Vertebrae things like Creeping Chill and Narcomoeba. Creeping Chill is just a free drain for 3, which means if we can hit all 4 of them through the course of the game, which our deck is really good at essentially milling our entire deck, similar to Dredge in the modern format, that is 12 damage. So our opponent's kind of starting at 8 life. Narcomoeba, just a free 1/1 flyer. Ideally, we will chip in a couple points of damage with it. Otherwise, we can use it to jump block and stay alive. And then our big payoff is the recursive Arclight Phoenix. So we're going to mill over, hopefully, all of our Arclight Phoenixes, and then using cheap cantrippy spells like Discovery Dispersal, Radical Idea, Chart a Course, we're able to get back our Phoenixes, attack our opponent for a ton of damage, opt in Mission Briefing, really key to that plan. Things like opt into Mission Briefing to cast opt allows us to get all 3 spells for our Arclight Phoenix to come back from the graveyard with just 2 cards and with just 4 mana. So that's like the fastest way we can do it. We also have Unexplained Disappearance, Maximize Altitude. These are additional support pieces. Maximize Altitude, a cheap jumpstart card, which is important because sometimes we get stuck with Phoenixes in hand. Having things like Radical Idea and Maximize Altitude to discard them, really helpful there. Unexplained Disappearance, just to slow our opponent down, kind of our main deck removal spell. The Surveil one, also a nice little bonus, getting a card in the graveyard. So that's the main plan of the deck, to mill over Creeping Chills and Arclight Phoenixes, use our cheap cantrippy spells to get them back, hopefully just kill our opponent with essentially free value, not even casting our spells, just casting these cantrips to mill and get back our cards from the graveyard. As far as the mana base, this is where the big update took place. We have an actual Grixis mana base now, Watery Grave, Down Catacombs, Steam Vents, Sulfur Falls, so we can actually cast our spells, a bunch of islands as well. The other big change is the sideboard. So for controlling matchups, Admiral's Orders is a 1-mana counter spell for Settle the Wreckage, which is kind of a nightmare for our deck. That is a way that our opponent can get rid of all of our Phoenixes forever. The upside of Phoenixes is they just keep coming back and coming back and coming back, and Settle the Wreckage ruins that plan. So 1-mana hard counter to Settle the Wreckage, really nice for our deck. Negate extra counter spell, Sorcerer's Spyglass, to shut down things like Teferis and also various Veroskas and so forth. Then we have 4 aggro decks. Sleep is kind of a super fog. Ritual of Soot, really good against aggro and even against the Golgari decks, just to stall our opponent out. our deck has a very fast clock, but it's really like turn 5, turn 6 that we really get the pressure on our opponent. So being able to sweep the board early with a Ritual Soot, with a Fiery Cannonade, really helpful against aggro. And then Cast Down and Price of Fame just give us some targeted removal, and that is the new and improved, updated version of Standard Dredge. And that's our Much Abrew deck for this week. So I'm excited for this one. I'm finally happy with how the deck turned out. It took a while, took some brewing, took some changes. You even see that the very first match we played in the video, the sideboard still wasn't 100% set where I wanted it to be, but we did get there. So anyway, let's get to the gameplay, see this crazy deck in action. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the gameplay, and I will talk to you soon. Alright, Much Abrew About Nothing time. We are playing some Standard Dredge, and alright, we'll keep this. I mean, having an Arclight and a Narcomoeba in hand isn't great, but we have a Drowned Secrets and a Radical Idea, so it kind of works out, hopefully. 4 is for our opponent. Llanowar Elves. Well, play Drowned Catacombs, play Drowned Secrets, pass the turn. Unfortunately, if this is Golgari, they're really good at blowing up Drowned Secrets. Jadelight Ranger. Also really good at getting off to fast starts and killing us. Mills Jadelight, Necrotic Wound. Kind of glad they milled that. Opponent must be looking for a land. Opponent passes. Mission Briefing. I'll play the island. Let's just cast Narcomoeba. Mill ourselves. Yes, we will take a free Narcomoeba. Thank you very much. Pass the turn. Also mill the wand, which we don't mind drawing. Opponent. Getting in for 4. Yeah, we'll take it for now. Down to 16. Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Llanowar Elves. Opponent passes. Mission Briefing. Well, play an island. Get in with our Narcomoebas. Pass the turn. So I think we're just going to Radical Idea, mill. Radical Idea, mill. Alright, let's do this now, at least one. We could hit another Narcomoeba to eat the Llanowar, like that. Narcomoeba, for free, thank you. Draw a card. Ooh, opt. Yeah, let's kill Llanowar. Well, do we even want to kill Llanowar? Should we just be pressuring? Yeah, let's kill Llanowar. Land for our opponent. Ooh, Underrealm Lich. Alright, well, let's Radical Idea. Discard Phoenix. Mill ourselves. Discovery Dispersal. Steam Vents. Alright, let's Discovery. Mill ourselves. Graveyard and Graveyard. Arclight Phoenix in hand. Are we really going to Mission Briefing just to surveil? Alright. Mission Briefing. Mill ourselves. Alright, there's a Creeping Chill. That's good. Hit our opponent. Graveyard. Graveyard. Target. I guess maximize altitude. Hit our opponent. Down to 12. Steam Vents. Untapped. Maximize altitude on Narcomoeba. Mill ourselves. Go to combat. Get a Phoenix. Hit our opponent. Down to 6. Pass the turn. Alright, opponent. You're going to need something good. They can't kill us here. It's possible we should have discarded the other Arclight Phoenix. Actually, I guess that's probably likely that we should have done that. I think we're still going to win, though. Even despite that potential misplay. Opponent. Hits us. Yep. Down to 8. And another Underrealm Lich. Yeah, that's fine. Overgrown Tomb tapped. Well, yeah, let's just cast Darklight Phoenix. And go swinging. Well, we kind of misplayed slightly, but still got the win. Our free dredge value coming through against green-black. And that was good. That was good. That was very good. All right, against the green-black deck, we can't change too much. One of the big challenges with this deck is sideboarding. I would like a bit of removal. We can probably go down like Chart a Course for Ritual of Soot. And then, man, it is so hard to sideboard much with this deck. Unexplained Disappearance for Cast Down. Immortal Suns are also good if we can get to them. They're just so much mana. Yeah, let's go up Immortal Sun. This deck has a lot of Planeswalkers. Try it like that. We do see a lot of cards, thanks to all of our card draw. All right, what do you got, opponent? Ooh, the double wand hand and a removal spell. We're living the dream. The standard dredge dream being lived. All right, tap land for our opponent. Well, there's Immortal Sun. It could be good eventually. Play wand, pass the turn. Get to start filling the graveyard. Forest for our opponent. Glowspore Shaman. Alright. Opponent mills. Well, mill ourselves. Another wand. Well, let's just play the wand. Watery Grave. Pass the turn. Opponent milled 2 Necrotic Wounds, which is good. Those are cards that are pretty good against us. Opponent. There's a Jade Light. Gonna do some exploring. Underrealm Lich on top. They're gonna keep it. Mills Lich, Fine Broker on top, keeps it. Alright, opponent. Gets in, well, let's mill ourselves. And mill ourselves. No value. Alright. Untap. Mission Briefing. Well, play Sulphur Falls. Yeah, let's just pass. This might be just like Cast Down, Jade Light, mill, opt. Something like that. Opponent. Gets in. Well, let's see if we can hit a Narcomoeba. Wand. Nope. Land. Wand. Nope. Land. We did want those. Alright. Kill Jade Light. Take 3. Yeah, we were actually kind of hoping to draw a land, but instead we milled them. Tap land for our opponent. Deathgorge Scavenger. Well, thankfully there's not much of value in our graveyard at the moment. Yeah, I don't know. We might be too greedy with this Immortal Sun. Opponent. Passing. Well, let's opt. We'll keep the land. Untap. Draw the Creeping Chill. Well, let's mill. Radical Idea. Mill. Ritual of Soot. Play Drown Catacombs. Yeah. Hardcast Creeping Chill. Pass the turn. Opponent. Gonna hit us for a bunch. Gets to eat probably Radical Idea. Yeah, eats Radical Idea. We're gonna need some good luck with our milling here. Opponent's board's getting scary. Fine Broker can get back Underrealm Lich. Alright, deck. Give us some love. Maximize altitude. Well, mill ourselves. Wand. Mill ourselves. Mission Briefing. Discovery. I think we're actually dead on board here. Graveyard. Draw the land. Play the land. Mission Briefing. Yeah, now we're dead. Alright. Alright. Yup. Well. Yeah, I don't like this Immortal Sun plan. Let's bring in another Cast Down. And maybe the Ritual of Soot. 2 Ritual. They have a lot of things that dodge Ritual of Soot. Alright, try it like that. Alright, we get to play first. Well, okay. This hand's actually kind of good. We got a wand. We got a Drown Secrets. We actually have 2 removal spells. Alright, play the wand. Pass the turn. Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Alright, start the milling. Ooh, Creeping Chill. Right off the bat. Gotcha. Down to 17. Opponent passes. Play Drowned Catacombs and Drowned Secrets. Pass the turn. We don't have any blue cards to trigger this yet. We wouldn't mind just a cantrip to speed up our milling. Woodland Cemetery. Ooh, opponent's off to a slow start. Well, let's wand. Mission Briefing. Draw an island. Play Steam Vents tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent. Forest. Jade Light Ranger. Gonna do some exploring. Land and Llanowar. Alright. Well, we're not gonna kill the Jade Light, since it's only 3 power. Mills Llanowar. Well, let's wand. Nothing. Untap. Mission Briefing. Well, that is a way we can get a lot of cards in our graveyard. So let's just solve for falls, pass the turn. We can just mission briefing, double triggered round secrets, mill a bunch of cards. That might be worth it. It would be better if we could get an opt in our graveyard. I think we wait till our turn, unless our opponent does something. Opponent passes. All right, so let's wand. Land milled. Untap. Ritual of Soot. Well, let's wand. Discovery Dispersal. Now, play an island. Let's just wait one more turn. We're not under that much pressure. The longer we wait, the better chances we have of getting phoenixes and whatnot in our graveyard. And we can just cast down something this turn if we need to. Opponent gets in. Hits us. Down to 17. Swamp. And passes. Alright, untap. Drown Secrets. Well. Alright, play Drown Secrets. Mill ourselves. Creeping Chill. Alright, we'll take it. Hit our opponent to 14. Pass the turn. Next turn is the turn. With 2 Drown Secrets, we're definitely going for it next turn. Opponent untaps. Gets in with Jade Light Ranger. Thankfully, our opponent's start has been pretty slow. Down to 17. And the 2 Creeping Chills are keeping our life total pretty high. Land for our opponent. Passes. Well, wand ourselves. Well, there's an opt. That works with Mission Briefing. Man, we're going to put a lot of cards in our graveyard this turn. Sulfur Falls. So, we can mill most of our deck here. Let's Mission Briefing. Mill ourselves. Mill ourselves. There's a Phoenix. Mill the 2 lands. Mission Briefing. Target Mission Briefing. Mission Briefing number 2. Mill ourselves, mill ourselves. Haven't gotten any free value yet. There's a Creeping Chill. Alright, opponent down to 11. Graveyard, graveyard. Mission Briefing, target the opt. Opt. Mill ourselves. Mill ourselves. Also wand. Mill ourselves. There's an Archamoeba. Yep. Opt. Drowned Catacombs to the bottom. Do we just have 1 Phoenix? Jeez. How did that happen? Oh, play Sulfur Falls. Go to combat. Get back a Phoenix. Go to combat. That's a little awkward that we only hit 1 Phoenix with all that milling. We have a lot of good cards at the bottom of our deck still. Opponent cast down. Sure, pass the turn. Better than Vraska's Contempt, because it means Phoenix can still come back. Assuming our opponent doesn't have Death Gorge Scavenger, which would be obnoxious. Well, we're going to get our Phoenixes soon. We can mill pretty much the rest of our deck this turn. Opponent gets in, we take it. We have 3 Phoenixes, 3 Narcomoebas, 2 Creeping Chills out of our 21 cards. Llanowar Elves, sure. Cruel Foragers. Gains 1. Alright, this is our turn to just win this game. Discovery Dispersal is not bad. So wand ourselves. Phoenix. Discovery. Mill ourselves. Mill ourselves. There's an Archamoeba. Coming back. Surveil. Land to the graveyard. Mission Briefing to the top. Now we can mission briefing. Mill ourselves. Mill ourselves. There's a creeping chill. Opponent down to 9. I think we have it. We should have it. Another Phoenix. Briefing. Graveyard. Graveyard. There's some free value. Narcomoeba. We will target, I guess, Discovery Dispersal. Narcomoeba comes back. And then we Discovery Dispersal. Mill ourselves. I mean, we basically just dredged our entire deck. Mill ourselves. Narcomoeba. We have all 4 Phoenixes. Discovery. An opponent! Scoops it up! Scoops it up! Scoops it up! Well, I'm not sure about those Immortal Suns in the graveyard, but that's the plan, and that's the deck doing what it's supposed to do. We might take out the... I'm still trying to figure out the kinks of this deck, because it's so close to being cool, but that was impressive. That was impressive. We will switch up the sideboard a little before the next round, but whew, that was good. That was super good. Whew, sweet. All right, much Abrew about nothing time. We are playing some standard Dredge. Change the sideboard. Got rid of the Immortal Suns. Just too expensive. Replace that with Fiery Cannonades, and let's see how it goes. Island, all right. Up against Control, perhaps. And we draw an Arclight. Well, let's just play Wand. I guess it could also be Mono Blue Tempo. That's probably worse than Control. Opponent opts. As far as how good or bad the matchup is, Mono Blue Tempo feels harder. Pass the turn. Sulfur Falls. Ooh, maybe it's a Drake deck. Well, let's Wand. Mill Mission Briefing. Draw Creeping Chill. Well, we're 2 for 2 for drawing cards that we really would rather have be milled. One of the infuriating aspects of playing Mill in Standard. Opponent. Mountain. And passes. Well, let's Wand. And opt. Narcomoeba, please, for the love of God, don't let us draw it. And let's opt. We do want to hit our land. There's Sulfur Falls. Play Sulfur Falls. Play Wand. Pass the turn. Well, we're slowly piecing together our mill options. Opponent. Sulfur Falls. And passes. Alright, let's do some milling. Well, there's a free Narcomoeba. We'll take it. Never turn down a free 1-1. Alright, let's opt. Oh, Drowned Secrets is so good, but we need mana. Let's go bottom. Oh, Creeping Chill and Arclight. Alright, let's Radical Idea. Oh my goodness. This is exactly how we don't want our deck to work. Just draw all the cards we want in our graveyard. Pass the turn. Opponent. Land. Kills our Narcomoeba, sure. Opponent. Passing. And let's mill. And mill. Untap. God. Okay. Radical Idea. Discard Arclight. Pass the turn. We're having a hard time hitting our land drops this game. We do only have 19 lands, but we trust, I mean, for some reason, we've only had 4 in the top 23 cards, which is kind of below average. Opponent. Passing. Well, let's mill. Not a land. Mill. That's a land. All right, there's a Watery Grave. So play Watery Grave, untapped. Play Drowned Secrets. And yeah, let's just hardcast an Narcomoeba. Mill ourselves. Pass the turn. So we need to mill Jumpstart cards. Lightning Strikes, Narcomoeba, yup. Mountain. Well, opponent's off to a pretty slow start. And mill ourselves. Mill ourselves. Untap. Opt. Alright, let's think about this. Let's opt. Mill ourselves. Get an Narcomoeba. Ooh, that's good. That's what we wanted. Watery Grave to the top. maximize altitude, discard arc light, mill ourselves. Now we get to get back all of our arc lights. And, ooh, free creeping chill. We'll take it. And radical idea. Discard arc light, mill ourselves. Wand, just in case we hit our last phoenix. Well, that's our last creeping chill. We'll take it. Opponent down to 13. Wand. Drown secrets. Well, play Watery Grave tapped. Go to combat. Get back 3 phoenixes. And our opponent should not have a way to mass exile. Like lava coils and stuff, sure, but put our opponent down to 4. And are we just winning this game? Opponent untaps, they're going to need something really good. Land. And opponent scoops it up? I don't know what our opponent's doing, but we were able to just kind of run over them. Huh. So are they a Drake deck that didn't draw Drakes, or are they a control deck that didn't draw a finisher? I actually have literally no idea. Let's go down Unexplained Disappearance, go up 2 Admiral's Orders. Let's go 3 Admiral's Orders, and down the chart, of course. Try it like that. Let's give that a shot. In the dark without knowing what they're doing, I think that's as good as we can do. Alright. Okay. I mean, we'll keep this. On the draw, we got our mill stuff. Is it Guildgate? Opponent passes. Land? Opt. Well, let's just wand. Start the Great Milling. Pass the turn. Wouldn't mind just drawing a land to get down Drown Secrets. Opponent, Steam Vents, tapped. Oh man, this would be a great turn to just draw land. Now let's mill. Not a land. Land? On top? Alright, Steam Vents, untapped. Get down our Drown Secrets while our opponent's tapped down. Pass the turn. And now our milling is out in full force. Land for our opponent. And passes. Well, come on, free value. Mill. That's an Arclight. That's good. Draw a Narcomoeba. That's less good. Well, let's opt. Mill ourselves. Alright, free Creeping Chill. Opponent down to 17. Watery Grave to the top. Watery Grave. Untapped. Narcomoeba. Mill ourselves. Is opponent countering Narcomoeba? They are. Okay. So they seem controlling. Pass the turn. So we have 1 Phoenix in the graveyard. Steam Vents. Untapped. Alright, it is a Drake deck. There's a Drake. Well, let's mill. Yup. Drake down. We'll see. Opponent passes. Radical idea. Well, let's opt. Mill ourselves. See if we can hit a land. Creeping Chill, definitely to the bottom. Alright, play Sulphur Falls. Mill ourselves. Arclight number 2. Mission Briefing. Mill ourselves. Land Graveyard. Opt. I guess it doesn't matter, because we're going to mill it anyway. So opt Graveyard. Target opt. Opt. Mill ourselves. Come on, more free value. Alright. Well, we'll keep opt on top for next turn. Go to combat. Get back 2 Phoenixes. Go attacking. Opponent down to 12. Yep. Well, pass the turn. Mountain for our opponent. And passes. Alright, let's mill ourselves. Radical idea. Mill ourselves. Play the island. Go to combat. Attack. Alright, opponent's going to kill our stuff. That's fine. Blocks and blocks. I mean, we get everything back next turn anyway. So pass the turn. We're going to leave up Admiral's Orders in case our opponent has another Drake. Opponent. No attacks. Alright, let's radical idea. Mill ourselves. Wow, opponent counters it. Interesting. Well, that's another Phoenix. So now we get to opt, mill ourselves, Narcomoeba for free, maximize altitude. Alright, I guess we'll keep it. Maximize altitude Narcomoeba, mill ourselves. Wand, mill ourselves. Radical idea, mill ourselves. Free Narcomoeba. Yup. Playground Catacombs. Go to combat. Get back all the drakes. I mean, we just gotta attack through this. That is the name of the game. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent eats a drake. Drops to 6. 6 is important. 6 is an important number. 6 means that our last 2 creeping chills kill our opponent in an uncounterable way, assuming we can mill them. Alright, another drake. That's fine. Oh, wow. Are we just taking down Is It Control? Island. Lava Coil. Alright. Well, creeping chills, it's all about you. Opponent. No attacks. Alright, what do we get? Mission briefing. That's not bad. Let's mission briefing. Mill ourselves. Graveyard, graveyard. So there's our creeping chill. Target mission briefing. We don't want to draw cards because we could draw our creeping chill. Mission briefing. Oh, we just kill our opponent here. Mill ourselves. We just chain these mission briefings and mill our entire deck. There's creeping chill. Graveyard, graveyard, uncounterable, 3 damage, and standard dredge. It's working. It's working. Creeping chill number 4, and that is Xaxes. Whoo! Okay. Okay. Maybe this deck kind of works. I like our new sideboard. Sweet. All right, much brew about nothing time. We are standard dredging, and this hand's good at filling the graveyard, so we will keep it. We have basically the ability to fill our graveyard extremely quickly with Wand and double Drown Secrets. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we're looking for. See what our opponent's up to. Looks like, yeah, go Gary. Wild Growth Walker is a problem. Opponent passes. Well, play an island, play Drown Secrets. So the problem with Wild Growth Walker is it becomes challenging for our deck to deal enough damage to actually kill our opponent once they start growing it. Also, it's just a big threat, and we don't really have ways to just straight up kill it. Opponent. Not in the main deck. Boom. Yep. Goes to combat. Gets in. Hits us. Well, let's Wand. There's a creeping chill that undoes our opponent's life gain. I guess that's something. Okay, down to 21. Opponent. Swamp. And passes. Well, let's Drown Secrets. Mill. Man, maybe we try to kill our opponent with Mill. That's not going to work. We got to at least find our Arclight Phoenixes. Land. Watery Grave. Untapped. Pass the turn. So we can fill our graveyard, but I'm not sure that we can beat this Wild Growth Walker. Opponent. Well, no pre-combat Explore is good. Gets in. Alright, we'll take it. Down to 15. Forest. Vraska. That can kill a Drown Secrets. Yeah, well, let's opt. Why we still have both. Mill and also mill. Oh dear, we have not hit any of the things we want in our graveyard. Mission briefing. Alright, I guess we draw a mission briefing. Wand. Mill a Wand. Opponent passes. Chart a course. Alright, chart a course. Mill ourselves. Discard Arclight. Wand. Free Narcomoeba. 1 Arclight. Well, let's maximize altitude. Mill ourselves. Play an island. maximize altitude, discard Narcomoeba, mill ourselves. Come on, another Phoenix. No Phoenix. All right, go to combat. Get back Phoenix. I think we have to kill Vraska. So kill Vraska. Pass the turn. Well, Narcomoeba's a decent chump blocker. Hopefully our opponent does not have more explore things to gain life. Opponent. Getting in. Alright, we'll just take it. Down to 11. Ugh, Vraska's Contempt. That is a good one for our opponent. Opponent passes. We draw a Phoenix. Oh, we're gonna need a land. Let's Radical Idea, discard Phoenix. Mill ourselves. Mill 2 lands. Yeah, we're not gonna get our stuff back this turn. Discovery. Mill ourselves. There's a Creeping Chill. Hit our opponent. Yep. Graveyard, graveyard. Land? That is a land. Alright, so play the land. Maximize altitude. Discard mission. Well, let's wand first. Wand. Maximize altitude. Discard mission briefing. Mill ourselves. Go to combat. Get back 2 Phoenixes. And yeah, attack with everything. Hit our opponent for 8. Down to 11. Man, is there actually a chance that we're going to steal this? Opponent's only got 2 cards in hand. We can mill pretty much the rest of our deck next turn, or close to it. Another Wild Growth. Please no Explore. Please no Explore. Oh, boy! That's bad. That's exactly what we needed not to happen. Another Wild Growth Walker puts our opponent back up to 17. Opponent gets in. Yep. Hits us. Down to 9. Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Opponent passes. Discovery Dispersal doesn't do much. So, mill with wand. Let's mission briefing. Mill ourselves. We still have 1 more Phoenix and what, 2 more Creeping Chills? Graveyard, graveyard. Mission briefing. Cast a mission briefing. Mill ourselves. There's a Creeping Chill. Opponent down to 14. Graveyard, graveyard, I guess. Opt. Cast opt. Mill ourselves. There's a free Narcomoeba. Narcomoeba, I guess to the bottom. Drown Secrets. Well, go to combat. Get in with the Phoenixes. We gotta hope our opponent does not draw... We gotta hope our opponent does not draw another way to explore. If they can't explore or kill a Phoenix, we can probably win. We still have 1 more Creeping Chill and 1 more Phoenix in our bottom 5. Vivian Reed. Okay. That's okay. That's actually good. Gonna kill a Narcomoeba. Opponent. All out attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maximize altitudes are gone. Alright. Yeah, we'll just block. Doesn't really make a difference. Opponent passes. Alright. We draw. Mission briefing. We still have 1 Creeping Chill left, right? Is it in our graveyard? It is not. Alright, so mission briefing. Mill ourselves. There's a Creeping Chill. And opponent scoops it up! And we got him! We just out-dredged them! Maybe this deck is just actually oddly good. I don't really understand why this keeps working, but it kind of keeps working. All right, go up the Ritualist Hoods, go down Charted Course, go down Unexplained Disappearance, and go up the Sleep. Actually, maybe we just need Cast Downs. I feel like we need to kill Wild Growth Walker. That's our biggest, most important challenge to pass. Ritualist Hoods, I really want 2 Cast Downs. I guess we just cut 1 Maximize Altitude. Let's try it like that. This deck is... I don't know. It is surprisingly effective, I would say. Alright. I mean, I guess this is okay. Woodland Cemetery for our opponent. Passes. Well, let's just Watery Grave untapped, pass the turn. So we can cast down a Wild Growth Walker, which is good. Forest for our opponent. Branch Walker. Well, yeah, let's let our opponent explore first. Midnight Reaper. Leaves it on top. Well, let's opt. Gonna keep another cast down. Opponent passes. Play Sulfur Falls. And I think we just pass and most likely Radical Idea. Getting one in the graveyard lets us also discard a Phoenix eventually. Or maybe we should just kill Yeah, let's just kill Midnight Reaper. Take 3. Opponent takes 1, draws a card. We drop to 15. Opponent passes. I'll play Watery Grave. Pass the turn. Wouldn't mind finding some way to consistently mill. That's like the most high-powered thing our deck can do. Is have like a wand or some drown secret, some way to consistently fill our graveyard. Opponent. Combat. Attacks. Well, we'll take 3. Down to 12. Forest. Vraska. Takes up. No sack. Alright, well, let's Radical Idea. Untap. Well, I guess we're doing it the old-fashioned way. Play an Arclight Phoenix. Attack Vraska. Pass the turn. Opponent. Tapping, untapping, thinking. Tapping, untapping, thinking. Jade Light Ranger. Alright, that's another good creature. Goes exploring. Land in Golgari Finebroker. Mills Finebroker plays the land. Branch Walker. Jade Light Ranger. Ugh, so many good creatures. Mills it. What is our opponent looking for? Takes up Vraska. No sack. Opponent. Gets in. Yup. Down to 9. Ritual of Soot would be a super sweet draw. Ooh, lordy. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Ask and you shall receive. Oh, God. That was a good one. That was a good one. Yes. We will attack. I guess we start ignoring Vraska. I guess we just try to kill our opponent. That Ritual of Soot bought us a lot of time. And the funny thing is, with Mission Briefing, we can actually recast it from our graveyard. Jade Light Ranger. Opponent. Explores. Wild Growth Walker. Gonna leave it on top. Tapping. Untapping. Takes up Vraska. No sack. Opponent. Passing. Alright, what do we draw? Creeping Chill. Ugh. I'll play the island. Cast Creeping Chill. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. I mean, I still think we're on the kill our opponent plan. Down to 10. Pass the turn. Wild Growth Walker. Alright, so now we need to... Actually, do we need to? Alright, let's let this go. Oh, we attack Vraska. That's what I meant. Attack Vraska. Opponent hits a swamp. I think we're going to let our opponent gain life here, and then just Mission Briefing Ritual of Soot. Opponent gets in. We would like to finally get rid of this Vraska. Down to 8. Takes up. Sacks Seeker Squire, draws a card. Opponent passes. Alright, so we Mission Briefing. Mill Arclight. Keep Discovery Dispersal on top. Ritual of Soot. Ritual of Soot. Blow up our opponent's stuff. Combat. Attack our opponent. Oh my goodness. It's hard to know which one we're supposed to be attacking here. Pass the turn. So we can get back another Phoenix next turn. Maybe we get lucky and mill something else too. We're putting up a good control fight somehow against this deck. Opponent. Big Vraska. Makes a pirate. Plays a land. So many planeswalkers. Sacks a land, draws a card, gains some life. Opponent. Passing. Alright. So we draw Discovery Disperse. We Discovery. Well, that's an Arclight. Mill Arclight. Draw Mission Briefing. Play... Radical Idea. Discard Narcomoeba. cast down the pirate, go to combat, get back all of our arc lights, and you know what? I think we're going face. Hit our opponent. Play Drown Catacombs. Pass the turn. All right, opponent. I mean, you're playing Veroskas and gaining life and doing your thing, but we have the arc lights. Can you stop it? Are we actually going to just beat... Our opponent even had a good draw. Like, I don't understand why we are just crushing this deck. Opponent Desperation. Sack draw up to 7. Wild Growth Walker. All right, that is a good one. If our opponent has Explore to go with it. Makes a pirate. Opponent. Passing. Well, let's mission briefing. Surveil. Target mission briefing. Put our opponent to 4. Play a land. Mission briefing. Survey. Well, let's leave Discovery Dispersal on top. Target Creeping Chill. Cast it. Go to combat. And a post comes it up! Our opponent's playing Veroskas and we're just dredging them out. I really don't understand why this deck is functioning so well. I don't get it. Oh man, okay. Maybe this deck is just super sweet. Maybe it's just super sweet. Alright, sweet. Alright, much Abrew about nothing time. We are dredging it up in standard, and this hand's pretty good. Any hand where we have Ground Secrets on turn 2, and the mana to cast it, pretty much what we're looking for. Opponent. Island. Okay, well, let's Drown Catacombs, get down, Drown Secrets, and pass the turn. So could be control, could be a weird mono blue tempo draw. All right, Glacial Fortress, so it is control. Well, I mean, Drown Secrets number 2, mill ourselves, pass the turn. Oh man, there is some chance that we go on the mill our opponent plan. Revitalize. Oh, is this, well, we'll see. It could be control with Revitalize. All right, looks like Jeskai control. For a second, I was thinking it was the Leon Trazi deck. Well, let's opt. Mill ourselves. We would like to find another land. All right, that's Sulphur Falls. Keep Sulphur Falls. Play Sulphur Falls. Opt. I mean, we're basically hoping that we hit some Phoenixes here. There's a Phoenix. Mill ourselves. Island. Huh. All right, we'll draw that for the future. We do want to land next turn. Opt. Mill ourselves. Come on, another Phoenix. Well, we'll take a free Narcomoeba. There's a Narcomoeba. All right. Well, we get one Phoenix. Island, this time to the bottom. All right, go to combat. Get back a Phoenix. Go attacking. Opponent revitalizes. Sure. Gains a bit of life. Well, down to 23. Pass the turn. At some point, we're going to start milling our opponent instead of milling ourselves. We milled one more Drown Secrets. Opponent. Deafening Clarion. All right, sweeps the board. Opponent passes. Oh boy. All right, well, play a land. Play Drown Secrets. Mill our opponent. I think slight change of plans. Yep. With 3 Drown Secrets, it might be easier to just mill our opponent out. Well, let's Discovery. Well, let's mill ourselves this time. Mill. We do want to find the rest of our Phoenixes, and then we can start milling our opponent. So mill 6. Good God. Wow. Graveyard and top. All right, well, apparently all the stuff we want to mill is at the very bottom of our deck. Pass the turn. Where's all of our Phoenixes? What is happening? Opponent. Teferi. Okay. Draws with Teferi. And passes. Untaps. Seriously, where are our Phoenixes? Creeping Chill drawn. Ugh. Well, radical idea. Discard Creeping Chill. Mill ourselves. Alright, there's an Narcomoeba Creeping Chill. Free Narcomoeba. Yes, Creeping Chill. Mill. Creeping Chill. Yep, hit our opponent. Well, let's radical idea. Discard this Phoenix. Mill ourselves. Mill ourselves. Mill ourselves. Narcomoeba. Okay. Draw Steam Vents. Playground Catacombs. Well, maximize altitude. Our Narcomoeba. Discard Creeping Chill. Mill ourselves. Mill ourselves. Mill our opponent? Man, all of our Phoenixes are way at the bottom. Alright, there they are. There's all 4 Phoenixes. Alright, go to combat. Get back all 4 Phoenixes. Attack our opponent. Down to 5. Pass the turn. See what our opponent has. Land. Teferi draws. A normal sweeper doesn't do it. Settle the Wreckage does. Opponent. Yep, untaps. Oh, taps and untaps. Are we going to get milled out? I guess we don't just die to Expansion Explosion. It's close, but not lethal. Our opponent can put us to 1 card. And our opponent scopes it up! Oh my god, we got there. Oh my god, we got there. Okay, well that is the power of Endless Phoenixes. So in this matchup, we need the Admiral's Orders. Admiral's Order, Admiral's Order, Admiral's Order, Admiral's Order. Go down Unexplained Disappearance. Go down Shard of Course. Go down Narcomoeba. And then I think we go up Negate for Narcomoeba as well. And run it like that. Well, we got the game 1 win. Our opponent was really close to killing us there with Expansion Explosion. It was so close. But we dodged it. We dodged it. We dodged it. The opponent needed 1 more mana, and we would have died. Yeah, we can't keep just 2 counter spells. Well, alright. I guess this is better. Steam Vents. Yeah, to the top. Mountain for our opponent. Well, let's just tap land. Go. Opponent. Sulfur Falls. And passes. Well, Island. Go. Actually, yeah, let's just hardcast an Narcomoeba. Pass the turn. About the least threatening thing our deck does. Clifftop Retreat. Opponent passes. Well, Watery Grave, untapped. Get in with Narcomoeba. Hit our opponent. Pass the turn. Sulfur Falls. Alright, well, let's start opting. Well, keep land number 4. Opt again. Creeping Chill, we do not want to draw. Discovery Dispersal is not bad. Well, get in with Narcomoeba. Hit our opponent. Play Steam Vents, tapped. Pass the turn. Alright, opponent revitalizes, sure. So we can counter a Teferi here. Sacred Foundry. Tapped. Well, let's just mission briefing. Creeping Chill Graveyard. Nah, we'll keep opt. Target opt. Drain our opponent. And then opt into opt. Untap. Admiral's Orders. Well, get in with Narcomoeba. Hit our opponent. Let's opt. Radical Idea bottom. Alright, Playground Catacombs, pass the turn. Opponent. Plays a land. And passes. Alright. Well, go to combat. Get in with Narcomoeba. Hit our opponent. Let's Discovery. Put on top. Put on top. And let's just pass. Chemist's Insight. Opponent draws. Field of Ruin. I guess our opponent can ruin our Surveil if they want to. Teferi. Alright, well, let's attempt to counter. Opponent negates. Alright. Well, opponent got a Teferi. Draws, untaps. Well, let's see what we can do. Yep, untaps a couple lands. Well, step 1, attack Teferi. Step 2, drown secrets. And then discovery. Mill ourselves. Graveyard top. Play wand. Pass the turn. Opponent. Untaps. This Teferi is a problem. Opponent draws. Well, that's not that bad. Deafening Clarion to kill a Narcomoeba. Sure. Untaps. Well, let's mill. And there's an Arclight. Radical idea. Mill. Play the land. Mill with wand. Mission briefing. Mill. Graveyard. Graveyard. For opt. Get a free Narcomoeba. Opt. Mill ourselves. Don't really want Watery Grave. Ugh, draw another Arclight. Well, go to combat. Get back the Arclights. Attack our opponent. Alright, well, let's see if they have a counter. Admiral's Orders. Mill ourselves. Oh, they do? Ugh, opponent's playing a lot of counters in a matchup where counters don't seem great. Well, there goes two of our Phoenixes. We get the last two lands out of our deck. Can we find a way to win from here? I'm not 100% sure. Steam Vents, tapped. Draws with Teferi. Opponent, passing. Untapping. Well, play Drown Secrets. Mill our opponent. Opponent counters with Ionize. Well, radical idea. Discard Arclight Phoenix. Mill ourselves. Alright, there's Maximize Altitude. Radical idea. Discard Arclight Phoenix. Mill our opponent. Maximize Altitude. Discard Drown Catacombs. Mill our opponent. Go to combat. Get back our Phoenixes. Attack our opponent. Oh, do they really have another one? Oh, God. Alright. Well, now I'm pretty confident we're dead. Double Settle the Wreckage. Huh. Double Settle the Wreckage. Pretty rough. Yep. Teferi. Tucks our wand. They even have counter protection for one of them. Opponent passes. We draw a useless land. Well, Creeping Chill. Pass the turn. Huh. Opponent. Draws with Teferi. Niv Mizzet, and yeah. We will scoop it up. With no Phoenixes and a Niv Mizzet, there's not really any realistic way we can win. Our only chance would be milling our opponent out, but that would take too many spells. Opponent's got a lot of sweepers. Alright, let's bring in Sorcerous Spyglass. Go down another Narcomoeba. And I think we just gotta win before Niv Mizzet comes online. Let's try it like that. Alright. Gotta be aggressive. Get the fast start. I will say, like, our opponent did have exactly what they needed with Double Settle the Wreckage. Like, those are the draws that people need to be good against our deck. Well, alright. Not an insane hand, but we do have a Drown Secrets, which, that's what we want on turn 2. Start the graveyard filling. Island. Opponent, passing. Play Drown Catacombs. Play a Drown Secrets. Pass the turn. Opponent. Sacred Foundry. Tapped. And passes. Ugh, we're drawing the stuff we want to mill. Our tradition. Let's just pass the turn. Glacial Fortress. Alright, let's radical idea. Mill ourselves. Opt. Mill ourselves. Well, definitely don't want to draw this Creeping Chill. Untap. Let's Narcomoeba, mill ourselves. Watery Grave, untapped, pass the turn. Glacial Fortress for our opponent. Well, radical idea. Discard Phoenix, mill ourselves. Well, we got counters. Let's get it with Narcomoeba. Hit our opponent. Play Sorcerous Spyglass. And, yeah, let's just negate. Mill ourselves. Yeah, that's a Niv Mizzet. And a Settle the Wreckage. Alright, well. Name Teferi. Thankfully, our opponent's a lot of red mana away from casting Niv Mizzet. That's our one saving grace. Plays the island. Draws a Ral. Alright, well, let's see if we can chain things together here. Ticks up. This is our turn to try to do something good. Ooh, mills a red source. Interesting. Opponent passes. Well, there's a land. So step one, opt. Mill ourselves. Mission briefing, exactly what we wanted. So play Drown Catacombs. Mission briefing, mill ourselves. Ooh, another Drown Secrets and a wand. We only have one Phoenix at the moment. I think we graveyard. Mission briefing for Discovery Dispersal. Discovery. Mill ourselves. Well, there's a Creeping Chill. Still short on Phoenixes. Alright, there's a Phoenix. Graveyard top. Go to combat. Get back 2 Phoenixes. Kill Ral. Actually, I think we gotta leave Ral live. Everything in our opponent. Yeah, alright. Ral survives. Pass the turn. Opponent's down to 9. Plays a land. Not a red source. Lava Coil's a Phoenix. Okay. There goes 1. Ral's a Phoenix. Well, that can come back. Opponent passing. We draw an opt, so let's opt. Mill ourselves. Put on top. Play the land. Discovery. Mill ourselves. Come on, Phoenixes and Creeping Chills. Graveyard. Radical idea. Discard Creeping Chill. Mill ourselves. Well, there's a Phoenix. Alright. Get back our Phoenixes. Attack our opponent. Down to 2. We have the Settle covered. Yup. Admiral's Orders. Counter it. Mill ourselves. Creeping Chill for the win? Come on. Come on. Give it to us. Give it to us, deck. Alright. That's fine. Well, we still hit our opponent down to 2. Pass the turn. Our opponent still needs to answer this, and we still have Creeping Chills left. Tapped red source. Takes up Ral. How many Creeping Chills do we have? We still have 2 in our deck. Alright, opponent passes. Please do not draw Creeping Chill. We just need to mill it. Watery Grave. Alright, so step 1. Radical idea. Mill ourselves. Creeping Chill? No. Please don't draw it. Phoenix. Radical idea. Discard Phoenix. Mill ourselves. Oh my goodness. Drown Catacombs. Maximize altitude. On Narcomoeba. Discard Watery Grave. Mill ourselves. There's a Creeping Chill. There's a Creeping Chill. End game? Exile? Did we do it? Did we take down Jeskai Control? Ooh, we got there! It's standard Dredge! Kinda legit-ish. Oh, mill yourself until your opponent dies. The plan's kind of working. It's kind of working, and pretty happy with how the deck ended up. Oh boy. All right. Sweet. All right, much brew about nothing time. Playing some more standard Dredge, and this hand looks pretty solid. Steam vents for our opponent. I mean, assuming we get down this Drown Secrets, that is. Drawn the Narcomoebas. Classic Dredge. Pass the turn. Found it. Glacial Fortress. All right, it looks like Jeskai control. Ooh, Jeskai aggro. Jeskai angels. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Angels seem pretty rough. All right, drawing some more of our graveyard cards. So let's play Drown Secrets. Pass the turn. This might be our bad matchup. It seems like with big flying angels, gonna be hard to get in Arclight damage. Clifftop Retreat. Opponent passes. Maybe we should go on the mill plan? More Arclights. Well, we need to Discovery. I guess we mill ourselves. Well, there's our lands. Put on top, put on top. Play Steam Vents. Pass the turn. Yeah, we have a lot of cards that we want in our graveyard in our hand at the moment. Opponent. Rekindling Phoenix. Yup. Gets in for 3. Down to 14. We draw the land, so play a land. Ugh. I guess we cast Narcomoeba. Man, maybe we have to transform into a Dredge deck. Or into a mill deck. Cast Narcomoeba, mill ourselves. Pass the turn. It's hard to mill someone out. It's hard to mill someone out with just one Drown Secrets. If we have 2, that plan becomes a little more practical. Opponent. Attacks. Well, we're going to block it Danto Vanguard. No. If our opponent wants to pay 4, that's fine. And let's disappear this Phoenix. Mill ourselves. We're going to stick to the plan. Okay. All right, opponent does pay for Vanguard. Watery Grave. Oh, we need to get these Phoenixes in the graveyard desperately. I guess to the graveyard. We need to hit some jumpstart cards, I think. Opponent's at 16. Oh, please not Lyra. To Fairy. Okay. Draws. Untaps. Yep. Well, let's see what we draw. Wand. Well, alright. Arclight Phoenix. Combat. I guess we attack our opponent. I don't know how we win without just attacking our opponent here. Pass the turn. Yeah, this feels like a combination of a hard matchup and also a bit of an awkward draw with us finding so many Phoenixes stuck in hand. Alright, Lava Coil kills the Arclight. Sacred Foundry tapped. I mean, so I guess our hope is if we can get our opponent low enough on life, there is some world where we just mill all of our Creeping Chills. If we can get in 1 more point of damage, in theory, we could just Creeping Chill our way to victory. Opponent untaps. Yep. I mean, it would take a lot of luck, but it's theoretically possible. Well, let's chart a course. Mill ourselves. Creeping Chill. Discard a Phoenix. Radical Idea. Mill ourselves. Well, there's a Creeping Chill. Hit our opponent down to 10. We draw Narcomoeba. Well, pass the turn. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we got a couple Phoenixes in our graveyard. Actually, 1. A Phoenix. We can get another one with Radical Idea. Opponent goes to 8. Draws with Teferi. We're a land short from casting 3 spells, though, at the moment. Ugh, Deafening Clarion for lifelink. That's not good. The little use lifelink mode. So that's going to put our opponent back up to pretty far out of dying range. Yup. Opponent gets in. Gains life. Untaps. Up to 13. Well, let's see what we draw. That is a land. Alright, so Radical Idea. Discard Arclight Phoenix. Mill ourselves. Draw Narcomoeba. Play a land. Mission Briefing. Mill ourselves. There's a Creeping Chill. Opponent down to 10. Graveyard. Target opt. Mill ourselves. Watery Grave to the bottom. Go to combat. Get back to Arclights. 3, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I mean, if they can burn us out, they can burn us out. Attack our opponent. Blocks with Rekindling Phoenix. Down to 7. Pass the turn. The biggest problem we have is we have this Creeping Chill in hand. Alright, opponent tucks our Phoenix. That's actually a bit of an awkward choice since we can mill it pretty easily. I guess I don't know that, but are we dead? Lyra. So we're not dead, but we're not in good shape. Opponent gets in. Hits us. Man, with some luck, there's... Oh, we have a chance. We draw a Narcomoeba. Alright, so... How can we do this? We gotta get rid of the Lyra. Mission briefing. Mill ourselves. Arclight Drown Secret. Ooh. Graveyard. Graveyard. Target unexplained disappearance. Disappear Lyra. Mill ourselves. Wow. Come on, deck. Island to the graveyard. Maximize altitude. Discard Narcomoeba. Mill ourselves. We need to hit our last Creeping Chill or our last Phoenix on this mill. Oh, wow. 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 We were 1 mana or 1 mill short of winning. And now we're dead. Wow. Oh, man. We were so close. Yep. Scoop it up. Man, we were close. Oh, my goodness. Well, for being a miserable matchup, we were really close to actually winning that somehow, which is kind of surprising. All right. Against this deck, bring in the 2 sleeps. Go down the chart, of course. Go down 1 maximize altitude. Run it like that. Wow! This feels like a miserable matchup, but we were actually within the realm of getting a little lucky from just winning that game through Rekindling Phoenix to Fairy, Lyra, and all that stuff. We were super close. I mean, I guess it shows you the power of this deck. We didn't get there, but we were 1 good mill, self-mill away from just stealing that. And the odds weren't even that bad. It's unfortunate that we got stuck with a Creeping Chill in hand. But for drawing 3 Phoenixes and a Creeping Chill, we were still super close. Alright, opponent. This does feel like a super hard matchup, though. Alright, we're on the play. Alright, I mean, we'll keep this. It's a fine hand for getting things set up, but that's about it. Could use one of our self-millers. Drown Secrets, primarily. Alright. Island, Goo. Opponent. Tap land. And passes. Well, let's opt. Island to the bottom. Mission briefing. Drown Secrets? Narcomoeba. Okay, well, let's just... Discovery. Hopefully mill something. Well, mill Creeping Chill. Keep Watery Grave. Hit our opponent. Down to 17. Pass the turn. Plains for our opponent. And there's a Danto Vanguard. Sure. Opponent passes. Well, let's Discovery. Mill Arclight. Mill Mission Briefing. Watery Grave. Tapped. Pass the turn. I mean, we're getting close to being able to get our stuff back. I guess we can get back a Phoenix next turn. We can... Alright, there's a Knight of Grace. We can opt Mission Briefing opt. Opponent hits us down to 20. Radical idea. Alright, so let's opt. Sulfur Falls to the top. Play Sulfur Falls. Mission Briefing. Hitting another Phoenix would be great. Wand and opt. Well, Wand, Graveyard, opt to the top. Opt into opt. Yup. Go to combat. Get back a Phoenix. Hit our opponent. Down to 14. Pass the turn. Opponent. Opponent being stuck on lands is helping here. Hits us. Down to 15. We draw Drown Catacomb. Well, let's Radical Idea. See what we draw. Arclight. Well, that makes our choice easy. Radical Idea. discard an Arclight, play Drowned Catacombs, opt, Watery Grave to the bottom. Well, we're getting to the point where we're just going to start casting Creeping Chills. Get back an Arclight, go attacking, hit our opponent down to 8. I mean, I think we're winning the raise. Our opponent not hitting their third land is definitely helping. We actually just likely have lethal next turn. And opponent scoops it up. Okay. Staying alive. Well, we benefited from our opponent's clunky draw. Now our opponent's going to be on the play. Maybe we do need a sweeper. We have sleeps. The problem with our sweepers is they don't deal with the big thing. What can we cut? Man, it's so hard to cut things. Maybe we gotta cut Narcomoebas. The free value, like the chump blocking is nice. Let's cut 3 Narcomoebas. Go up 2 Fiery Cannonades, a Price of Fame, and try it like that. So we have less free dredge value, but we're basically just hoping Phoenixes and Creeping Chills will get it done. Alright, I mean, we'll try it. We got some cantrips. This is a hand that would really like a Drowned Secrets. Tap land for our opponent. And passes. Now play an island. Pass the turn. Opponent. Plains. And there's a Vanguard. Well, that's opt. Keep Fiery Cannonade. That could be good in the future. Opponent. Passing. Well, play Drowned Catacombs. Pass the turn. Fiery Cannonade doesn't get rid of a Danto Vanguard, but if our opponent has History of Benalia, it is good against that. Opponent. Gonna get in. Yup. Hits us for 3. Down to 17. Sacred Foundry, tapped. And Knight of Graves. Well, that's a radical idea. Alright. Untap. Steam Vents. Untapped. Pass the turn. Definitely firing off Cannonade here. Opponent. Alright. Yeah, let's Cannonade. Yeah, opponent pays for Vanguard. But we still got 4 damage out of the deal, which is fine. Opponent. Wow, forgets to attack. Well, that's gained us a lot of life. Plains for our opponent. Shalai. We don't have a good answer to that in hand. Opponent passes. Watery Grave. Well, let's... Do we just pass? We're taking 6. We can mission briefing opt. But then we don't have that for next turn. Alright, let's just play Watery Grave. I don't like these options. Let's just Creeping Chill. Go up to 16, pass the turn. We're dropping to 10. Opponent. Aurelia. Yeah, this is kind of the nightmare. So much damage. Not sure how we can get out of this. Aurelia pumps Vanguard. And we're just dead on board next turn. Yeah, this seems like our hardest matchup. We were super close to just winning game 1, though. So even though the matchup's hard, we're still competitive. Well, that's mission briefing. Graveyard. Target opt. Play an island. Mission briefing. We're just hoping to get really lucky. Yeah. Graveyard. We did not get lucky enough. Opt. So we get back 1 Arclight, but that doesn't really do it. Alright. Well, get back an Arclight. But that's not enough to save us here. Yeah, you can see how the deck, it kind of struggles if we can't find a Drowned Secrets. Drowned Secrets super important to the deck. I think we can technically stay alive for a turn, but I don't think there's a way we can win. Oh, it has Trample too. 4. Well, we go to 1 by chumping. Oh, just kidding. Oh, yeah, I guess we still go to 1. Mentors the Vanguard. So we block Vanguard. Go to 1. Rekindling Phoenix. Land. Well, that's a radical idea. Play a land. Discovery Dispersal. Man, we're going to have to get incredibly lucky. I don't know if there's enough luck in the world for this to actually work out. Arclight Graveyard. Sulphur Falls Graveyard. Well, Price of Fame Shalai. Okay. put on top, combat, 2 Phoenixes. I mean, I guess technically we're staying alive, maybe. Pass the turn. Okay. Opponent. Oh, it gains trample! No, Aurelia too good. Yeah, opponent tramples over. Well, we put up a tough fight for being a really bad matchup, so still impressed with our deck, even with the matchup being super hard. Yeah, alright. Can't win them all with Standard Dredge. So what do we learn this week about Standard Dredge? And the deck actually came together very well. So we played 5 matches. We won 4 of them. So we went 4-1. We didn't play a league. We were just playing matches because, like I was talking about earlier, I've been working and tuning this deck, trying to get it to the right place. So it might finally be to the point where we can take it into a league now. I think it might finally be there. So our wins, we beat 2 different varieties of Golgari. We also beat 2 different varieties of control. Jeskai and Blue-Red Drake control. Our 1 loss came to Boros Angels, and I gotta say, that's a really hard matchup. They have these big life-linking flyers to stop our Arclight. They can gain random life, which makes it hard to creeping chill our opponent out, and even in the Nightmare matchup, we actually were in a position where if we got a little bit luckier with our dredging, like we had in game 1 of that match, the ability to hit 1 more Arclight Phoenix or creeping chill with like a bunch of mills with like 20 cards left in our library, and we didn't hit one, so we were really close to going 5-0 and actually stealing the really hard matchup. And for me, the loss to Boros Angels, I think, was actually the match that sold me most on this deck, because going into that, I was like, oh man, there's just no way, on paper, we're not going to beat Shalai's and Lylaras and Aurelias, and while we didn't end up beating them, we were super close to actually beating them. So if this deck could actually compete with what I would expect to be our literal worst matchup, like big lifelinking flyers that we can't kill and that swing the race in our opponent's favor, like if our deck is competitive in that matchup and is apparently good against the control decks, because we beat 2 of the top tier control decks, apparently good against the Golgari decks, which are 2 of the top tier decks of the format, maybe this deck actually has a chance in its current form. So I was pretty happy with it. If you play the deck, my biggest piece of advice is be thinking in 3s. So all of our threats, Arclight Phoenixes and Creeping Chills, deal damage in chunks of 3s. So when you are deciding how to block, how to attack, what the best way to do everything is, be always thinking of 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Those are the increments of life that matter. So sometimes getting in 2 hits with Narcomoeba early in the game, when you're thinking, oh, should I keep it back to chump block and keep my life total high? Getting the opponent from 20 to 18, that is a huge, huge deal for this deck, because it's 1 less finisher hit that we need. On the other hand, getting our opponent from 18 to 17, usually not all that relevant, because like I said, we're dealing damage in chunks of 3s. So think in chunks of 3s and try to think far ahead, because all of a sudden we're going to be in a position where we're trying to mill and we're like, how many Arclights and Creeping Chills do we need to win the game? So be thinking of those numbers and counting from that perspective, because that's how the deck wins. Like, we have to be pressuring our opponent, dealing damage to our opponent, and then hoping that we're in a position where all of a sudden the one big turn is going to kill our opponent. And if we can get our opponent low enough on life, we saw this against the Jeskai control match, we know that we still have a Creeping Chill or 2 left in our library. So if we can get our opponent down to 3, the paradigm changes a lot, and all we got to do is mill that Creeping Chill. So our plan changes. The other thing to mention is, while it's a backup plan, it's also possible to mill your opponent out with this deck if you have 2 Drown Secrets. If you can get 2 Drown Secrets, with all of our cantrips, you can kind of go in this weird mill them out mode. It's not very easy or very common for the deck to win that way, but it is the backup plan. So if everything goes horribly wrong, you get caught by a Settle the Wreckage, you lose all your Arclight Phoenixes, your opponent gains some life, so you can't actually kill your opponent with Creeping Chills and Narcomoebas. That's the way you got to start thinking, is can I somehow get enough Drown Secrets and cast enough cantrips to mill the opponent out? And deciding when to do that and when to shift into mill mode is actually pretty key in the bad matchups, because if you wait too long, most of our blue cards to trigger Drown Secrets are going to draw us cards, so we risk like running out of cards. So ideally we will get all of our Phoenixes into the graveyard, and then we can start milling our opponent because we got our Phoenixes. So just a really cool deck. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It is way more competitive than I thought it would be, and yeah, I mean, if you want to do something different, for it and go all in on your graveyard. Right now, there's not much graveyard hate in the format, so you can kind of get away with this and play some standard Dredge. It's a fun deck. It's more competitive than I thought it would be, and yeah, I had a blast with it. So anyway, that's been our Much Abrew for this week. Standard Dredge. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.